Hey, what's up, whiskey lovers? I'm the Malt activist, and today I am going to do something completely illegal. That's right. If the authorities find out what I've been doing or see this video, chances are that I'm going to get put away for a very, very, very long time. And that's why I have to issue this warning. Please do not try this at home. Because if you do, and you get caught, and you get put away for a long time, then don't blame me for the lives you've destroyed. This is the illegal Can I Make Ardbeg Better? I know what most of you are thinking. Has he lost his mind? Probably. Now, what happened was a couple of weeks ago, I dropped this video where I reviewed the Ardbeg, which was released, dedicated to Mr. Mickey Heads, ex-distillery manager of Ardbeg. And I thought it was a fantastic dram for a fantastic person. I did end my video by saying, hey, maybe there's a couple of flaws in here, and but let's just gloss over them. It's not such a big deal. I just wish it was slightly sweeter, and I wish it was slightly spicier. But you know what? That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. And then I let it go. Until a few days ago, I read some of the comments under that video, which said, "Hey, dumbass, if you're not going to put any water in it, how the hell do you know if the whiskey is going to change? Is it going to become sweeter? Is it going to get spicier? How are you going to know?" And now here's the thing, right? I don't mind putting water in my whiskey, but my problem is, how much water do I put? And it's such an issue. I mean, some whiskeys taste better with 2% water, some taste better with 5% water, some taste shit with 5% water. So I don't know if there's a formula, right? It's all trial and error. And I can't do that over one video. So it's impossible for me to. So that's why I avoid putting water in my whiskeys, just for review's sake. Having said that, since the Ardbeg is a special whiskey and there has been a comment on adding water to it and see how it changes, my first instinct was, okay, how about I make a follow-up video and I compare a base specimen that is straight out of the bottle compared to one with exactly 5% water in it, right? So you pour a 30 ml dram and you put 1.5 ml of water in it, and I'll see what happens to it. But then that got me thinking. I started thinking, what if I put something else in the whiskey? Sure, I could put water in the whiskey, but what if I put rye whiskey in that whiskey? After all, it's been matured exclusively in rye casks. What if I put some rye whiskey in it? Will it amp up the sweetness? Will it amp up the spiciness? Well, there's only one way to find out. And so here I am, at the cusp of this absolutely illegal experiment. Now, in order for this experiment to be fair, I will have to do 3 samples. One, which is my base sample, that's straight out of the bottle. I'll add nothing to it. The second sample will have exactly 30 ml of whiskey in it, and I'm going to add 1.5 milliliters of water to it. And then my third sample is going to be another 30 ml dram, to which I will add 1.5 ml of rye whiskey to it. Which rye whiskey, you ask? Well, I've gone for the Colonel E.H. Taylor straight rye from Buffalo Trace. And the reason I chose this whiskey is because it's a good whiskey, it's a very flavorful whiskey, and it's very close in percentage ABV to the Ardbeg. This one is 51.8%, the Ardbeg is 51.8%, and this one is exactly 50%, so there's not much difference in the ABV, right? Okay, we know what to do, so let's do it. I first took 3 samples, filled them with 30 ml of Ardbeg each. In sample 1, I put nothing. In sample 2, I added 1.5 mils of water. And then in sample 3, I added 1.5 bills of rye whiskey, Colonel E.H. Taylor. And there you have it. 3 whiskeys, 3 flavor profiles. Let's see how they stack up. This is my base. Right, this is straight from the bottle, nothing added to it. Like I said, very typically Ardbeg. Citrus, pineapple, salty, briny, fishnets. Basically the same thing I said in that last Ardbeg video. Right. Intensely smoky, not as sweet as I thought it was going to be on the palate. Big finish. I remember the finish is massive. It sort of goes in and then just takes a while to come back. And then when it does, it just stays and stays and stays. So, okay, I know what my base Ardbeg tastes and feels like. Let's get on with sample number 2. This here is the one with 1.5 milliliters of water. It's definitely sweeter, more candy. That's the straight sample. That's the watered down sample. I wonder if you can tell. The watered down is slightly paler in comparison. Duh. Wow, that's very interesting. It's definitely become sweeter. It's hasn't become spicier. The finish has reduced quite a bit. Straight from the bottle, without adding any water to it, the finish is nice and long and it just stays with you. But you add a few drops of water to this, 1.5 ml to be exact, and it does open up. It does smell sweeter. It does taste sweeter. However, the finish sort of becomes much less. This is now even more of a typical Ardbeg compared to the one without water. Wow, this is very interesting. I don't know if one is better than the other, but it's certainly different. I prefer the overall experience of the undiluted version compared to the diluted version, even though it opens up slightly and I find the sweeter notes on the nose and the palate that I'm looking for. However, from an overall experience, the undiluted one works better for me. Okay, on to sample number 3. Wow, this is the one I'm most interested in, more excited about. This is the one with 1.5 ml of Colonel E.H. Taylor rye whiskey. It's not as profound as I thought. I thought it was going to be day and night, but it's quite close. So this is the undiluted one. And this is with the rye whiskey. Can't tell much difference. Wow, that's very interesting. It's certainly a little spicier, more leathery. The oak is more obvious here. But you really have to dig deep. It's not obvious. It's not in your face. It's quite interesting. Okay, let's. Oh my. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. Woohoo! This has amped it. This is amazing. The difference on the palate is unbelievable. It's unmistakable. It's right there. For whatever reason, the delivery is smoother. It's sweeter, which is something that I wanted. And then mid-palate, it gets super spicy. And then when you drink it, the finish it comes back even stronger, and now it comes back with chocolate, with oak and leather. Oh wow. I can't believe this. Okay, I am going to cleanse my palate. Go back to the first version, which is our base. Nothing added. Yeah, okay, so this is still more earthy, limestone, lemony, citrus, and spices. Not many spices. Definitely on the savory side. Whereas, okay, now the nose, it's really come out even more. Woohoo! I think we might have something here. This is really interesting. So the nose has evolved as well. It's definitely a sweeter nose. It's more caramel, more salted caramel. It's slightly less smoky. Yeah, the citrus is there, but the fruits have become more tropical. There's a hint of banana in there as well. And I think that's all the rye whiskey. This is, so good. Oh, this is absolutely amazing now. The Ardbeg was good. The Malt Activist blend is even better. So guys, if you have this bottle lying around, and if you have a nice bourbon lying around, do what I did. Super spicy finish. It's just, everything is super spicy now. Exactly what I wanted. Sweet on the palate, and then the finish is super spicy. Exactly what I was looking for on a bed of Ardbeg flavor aromas. Wow. This might be my new go-to dram, you know? 30 ml of Ardbeg and about a couple of ml of good rye whiskey in there. And yeah, that's just perfect. My surprise is genuine. I promise you, I have not done this. This is the first time I am trying this. Because it's slightly lower ABV, I think it brought the overall ABV down. This was 50, that was 51.8. So I'm guessing it brought it down by like 0.5% or something. So it's not as stingy as the original. Wow. I don't know what to say. I think we nailed it. This is amazing. So, verdict. In third place, with water, I didn't really like it that much, though it's not bad. In second place, straight up, very nice. I love the flavors. But in first place, the rye whiskey blend. The rye whiskey blend wins. I'm so excited. This is really cool. Guys, do this. At the expense of getting arrested by the connoisseur police, do it. Find yourself an Ardbeg or a smoky whiskey or something that you think is a little savory, and then add some sweet bourbon to it. Not a lot, maybe like just 5 to 7% of the total volume. And hopefully I think you'll see a change like I did. And if you don't, hey, I mean, who cares? It's a fun little experiment. I'm so excited right now. I think I've made this whiskey very close to perfect. I mean, it was good to start with. I might have made it damn near perfect. Woohoo. Wow, this was fun. This was fun, and I'm glad you could be here for this. Okay, now, which makes me think that if I can do this with a whiskey matured in rye casks and I add rye whiskey to it, why can't I take a lackluster whiskey that's matured in bourbon casks and add some bourbon to it? There's nothing stopping me from doing that, is there? Do you want to see something like that? If you do, drop it in the comments below and I will work on something for you. All right, thank you. Thank you for joining me for this awesome experiment, this illegal experiment. I'm the Malt Activist. Until next time, peace.